Sometimes the strongest people are not the ones who roar the loudest. They are the ones who quietly refuse to give up. If you firmly believe in achieving your goals, there must be some opportunities around you, waiting for your attention. Today, I would like to share a story of a young boy who lived in a forgotten remote village. His silent determination changed an entire community. Watch the full video to know how a strong will of a small boy paved a path to achieve an impossible goal and changed the life of the whole village. Far away from the noise of cities, beyond the last stretch of dusty roads, there lay a tiny, forgotten, beautiful village decorated with a natural beauty. The village was so small that even maps hesitated to mark it. He was known for carrying a ragged notebook like it was treasure. Life in the village was very simple. No electricity for weeks, no internet, no proper school building. There was just a broken shed, only where an old teacher taught from worn-out books. But Zion had a strange spark in his eyes, the kind that made people whisper, "This boy thinks too big for a place this small." But dreams are fragile in places where survival is the priority. His mother would often say, "Zion, dreams don't cook the dinner." His friends teased him, calling him the boy who draws impossible things. And the village elders, set in their ways, thought his imagination was a distraction, not a gift. One summer, something happened that changed everything. That year, the village's only well began to dry up. Cracks formed in the ground, the fields yellowed, and animals grew thinner by the week. People had to walk miles just to fill a single bucket of water. The village council decided it was hopeless. "We will wait for rain," they said, "and there's nothing more we can do." But Zion refused to believe that if water won't come to us, he whispered to himself one night, then maybe we can bring it here. He opened his notebook and began sketching an idea he had drawn many times before. A simple water channel carved along the side of the hill, redirecting a small mountain spring that lay 2 kilometers away. It wasn't a perfect plan. It wasn't something he learned from an engineer. It was something he learned from observation, curiosity, and an unshakable will. The next morning, Zion approached the village elders. They laughed. A water channel? Dug by whom? With what? And why should we trust a child's imagination? Zion didn't argue. Rather, he simply said, "Because if we do nothing, our village will disappear." No one joined him. No one believed him. So he began alone with an old hoe, a broken shovel, and hands that blistered within minutes. Zion walked toward the mountain spring. The path was steep. The sun was unforgiving, and the rocks cut into his feet. Something stronger than exhaustion kept pushing him forward. Day after day, he chipped at the earth, slowly, patiently. Bit by bit, some villagers watched with pity, some with amusement. "He will quit in 2 days," they said, but he didn't. When the sun rose, Zion was digging. When the moon appeared, he was still digging. Just when Zion's strength began to fade, when his hands were torn and his hope almost broke, something happened that changed the story completely. A sound so small, Zion almost didn't hear it. When he turned around, he saw a little boy from the village, no older than 7, standing quietly behind him, holding a tiny rusted spade. The child looked at Zion with shy but determined eyes and said, I want to help." That moment changed everything, because one child became 2, 2 became 4, and soon the same villagers who once laughed at Zion now walked toward him with tools in their hands, dust on their clothes, and a new hope in their hearts. It wasn't the tools they brought. Most were broken, old, barely useful. What they truly brought was belief, and a belief could turn one boy's struggle into an entire village's movement. Because sometimes, when one person refuses to quit, the whole world begins to move with them. Then 2 farmers and the school teacher, little by little, the village that once mocked him, began to stand beside him. Together, they dug the channel with whatever tools they had: rusted spades, metal scraps, even bare hands. People who once disagreed now worked shoulder to shoulder, united by the belief that maybe, just maybe, The boy was not dreaming after all. Weeks passed. The channel grew longer, deeper, smoother. And finally, one evening, when the last block of stone was placed at the mouth of the spring, something magical happened. A thin stream of water trickled forward. Then it flowed faster, stronger, racing down the path they had carved with sweat and determination. Women cried. Children cheered. Men stood speechless as the water reached the edge of the village well and began filling it drop by drop. The village had water again. The fields revived. Livestock regained strength. Life returned. And at the center of it all was a boy mud-covered, exhausted, and smiling. The village elder approached Zion and placed a trembling hand on his shoulder. "Son," he said softly, "today you showed us something we forgot long ago. Where there is a will, there's always a way." Zion didn't respond. He didn't need to. Because at that moment, he realized something powerful. A remote village doesn't define your limits, your will does. Years later, people would say, "This village survived because of a boy who refused to quit." But Zion would always smile and think, "I didn't save the village." The village saved itself once it learned to believe. And the old eucalyptus tree on top of the hill? It still stands there today, whispering a message to anyone who climbs up to dream. No matter where you come from, no matter how small your beginnings, if your heart is determined, the world will eventually make a path for you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting and thoughtful videos.